And we are live. Woo! Not sure how this is working. I think it's going to work okay, but it's a Sunday night. Someone's going to drop in here and go, wow, there's something live going on. I got to get in there. Or maybe not. I don't know. First 30 seconds are rolling by. Rolling. And people out there going, I don't know. It's Sunday night at 9:30 at night. Not so sure I want to get out there and mix it up with the carnivores out there in Scotty land, but you never know. So here's what we got going on today. Hey, it's Don Mertz. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the house of Scotty P, aka Carnivore Scott. How you doing, Don? What's going on? How's your weekend been? You been enjoying some time to relax and do some things? I hope so. I've been out and about. I went to go see the Grands, so I missed a couple of things that happened this weekend because Friday we were driving and Saturday we were having lots and lots of fun. And today's Sunday, and guess what we did today? We drove more. Yeah, about 800 miles of driving up and back, during and through, and it was a good time. Good times were had. Got a chance to hang out with my grandkids, and that's always a good one. How about you? Yeah, I try to throw out some breadcrumbs, let people know I'm here, but pshaw. We'll see who's out there scrambling. Did you catch Carrie's at Homestead How? Did you catch his different broadcasts? I know there's a lot of broadcasts that go on. You well? A deep subject. You've been ill. Oh no, what's going on? What's going on with the old illness thing? I trust that this is a transitory illness and that it wasn't anything that has a lingering long-term effect. I hope not. I've been dealing with friends and neighbors who are very ill from a number of serious illnesses like leukemia and cancer. And so that's weighed heavily in my heart. But anyway, a deep subject. I get it now. Deep and dry in my situation. But you've been ill. The carnivore causing a problem for you, or is it a bunch of other things? I mean, you don't have to disclose. And by the way, I'm not a doctor. I never went to medical school. Nothing I say should be construed as medical advice, etc., ad nauseum, e pluribus unum. I had too much fat apparently for you. So, IBS. You, gosh, I'm so sorry. Now, I have heard multiple times that, how do I say this delicately? There's no real delicate way. There are symptoms we have that are also symptoms in other conditions. So if we have a condition like IBS, then you have a series of symptoms associated with that. But you can also look at other things that have the same symptoms. So I'm not questioning you whether you had a flare up, but if loose stools and diarrhea or that are the indice, well, a high fat diet will do that. You're going to back off the fat, and then you won't have as much dealio. I am blessed with a intestinal tract that moves at the speed of ice, like a glacier. So that's me. Hey, we have another person coming in here. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to this little soiree, the late night with Carnivore Scott, aka Scotty P, where we all just get together. We talk about things about proper human diet, things going on with ourselves. Maybe we meet a few people that we didn't know. Maybe we can grow our community. But before we can grow our community, we need to know our community. We have to know all the people that are out there and mix it up with one another. There are a lot of great channels out there for you to be at. So I appreciate you being here at this point in time. It's about 9:27 here on the local time here, which is Central Time. Don't know what time it is. Don, I don't know what time zone you're in. If I've asked you before, I apologize for not having that committed to memory. I can't say that my 36 days or so of being on a carnivore diet have made me have a memory like an elephant, but I do reside in Alabama. Roll Tide. So yeah, today is the 27th, and I would be on day 39 today. Today would be day 39 for me in carnivore. So I still have a couple of months. On the average bell curve distribution, I have a couple months. Oh, Tampa, Florida. Oh, good. All right. You're Eastern time then, so it's even later for you, Dawn. Tampa. That's going to be on the East Coast, correct? Tampa. No. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's mid-state on the Gulf side. Pardon me. I'd almost have to remember my geography there. You stumped me for a minute there, but yeah. Hey, so I'm sorry that you haven't been feeling well, and hopefully this flare up it will pass, and that you will be able to be right and regular as you have grown accustomed to being. Not only that, I think it's always a horrible thing when we don't feel well, and obviously in that situation your intestinal tract is fighting with you, right? Gulf side, half hour. Yep. I got it. I did 20 years as a weather guy, and we're expected to know some major geographical features, and so here I am trying to know one. Matter of fact, if I wanted to, and if I were a good boy, is he a good boy? I don't know. Don, did you ever see that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding? I don't know if you saw that movie. Oh, that's kind of, hey, we're going to do this. Present. Share screen. Go ahead, share screen. We'll go with this one here. Oh, hey, Judy, we got both sides. There we go. So here's the weather chart. As you know, if you didn't know, you do now. I was one of those hippy-dippy weathermen for the United States Air Force for 20 years. And here we go, Tampa right there, Tampa Bay. In there, looks like we have some pretty dicey weather out here. We've got a warning out, tropical storm Idalia is near you. Maximum sustained winds are 35 knots. And what it's going to do, wind moving inland across northern Florida and weaken into a tropical storm by Wednesday afternoon. Idalia is not an idyllic situation. Turn of words. And if we go all the way over to San Diego, way over on the other side of the world, San Diego is hot. Judy, it's hot. But you didn't need me to tell you that, right? Oh, my lamb. That's San Diego, only 82 right now. I go inland towards north of Tecate and Campos, 103. But it's a dry heat. Yeah, right. Oh, it's already making her so. Oh yeah. So Natalie, hey Natalie, how are you doing? Good to see you. I'm back. So I had this wonderful, very brief trip where I got a chance to hang out with my daughter and her family and the grandchildren, and it was amazing. We'll go put that up there. Can't stop long. Yeah, early start, but want to stop popping. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming in, and I hope everybody knows everybody. If you don't, try to look them up, try to follow them, put your handle out there so people can follow your channel. I think I popped up to like 240 people today, and I like that. I'm working to get to that 1,000. It's a grind. Let me look. My latest one. I'm 241. I'm 241 subscribers as of today. Yippers. All right. Well, I'm glad you stopped in to say hi, Natalie. I hope you have a great evening. I hope tomorrow is a fruitful day for you, and that you really feel the Lord's presence in your life all day tomorrow. Yep. The storm making fell. It's yeah, that's funny. It's dry though. So my father lives out here in El Paso, Texas, and he's always going, but it's a dry heat. It's a dry 110. And And my dad is 88 years old, 88 years young. He'll be 89 this year at his next birthday. And he was just telling me he has to be very careful when he's going to the grocery store and doing things because he has to wear a glove on his hand, and he has a walking cane. And so he has one hand with a cane, and whatever he buys from the store is the other hand. He has a glove on his hand because if he puts his hand against the car to open it, he'll burn his hand on the metal. So, yep. That's it. All right. I did have a great family. Maybe tomorrow when I have a little more mental acuity and all that, because I drove today. So 7 hours of driving pretty makes Scotty one tired monkey. But I went to a football game today, got to see the grandson and his team out there. And then I got to watch my granddaughter do cheerleading. Yesterday we went rafting, and it was amazing. Matthew, how are you, my friend? That's right. Hello to all of our carnivore friends. Thank you for dropping in. I didn't step on anybody's live. I looked at first. I didn't see anybody out there who was live. But hey, Matthew, I really appreciate your comments and your dedication getting out there and saying hello day in and day out and tapping a like on my videos. That really goes a long way. Anyhow, I was just looking at the weather while we're waiting for things to happen, waiting for people to pop off, see who could come in, who could pop out, and in and out and round about. Let's take a look real quick here at the satellite. Does anybody have any idea where they would like to see a satellite picture from? Anybody? Bueller. We can do pretty much the whole world, not all of it. I can find places to get the rest of it. All right. Well, with a lack of that, let's take a look at what's coming to us. We'll look at the full disk here of the Pacific United States. We'll go down to band 9. The boys in the band on band 9. We're going to go ahead here. We'll pop in 72 images. Love this high-speed internet. Love it. And you'll see it start to rotate here pretty soon. Big pressure system here. Wow, that's a haymaker. So we have the system coming up over here. We have the system out here off of the Yucatan Peninsula down here in the Atlantic, actually, or I know the Caribbean. We have the system coming across. This is Idalia coming across Florida right over here. A really big system that blew up today. And as I drove from Cincinnati down, I got through a little bit of it, but I was able to avoid most of it. It's actually out in Texas right here. Texas, Louisiana is getting eaten. Weather in England tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say cloudy, rainy, windy, sunny, foggy. And that'll be in the first 15 minutes. And then the second 15 minutes, we'll figure out. No, let me take a minute. I'll take a look. Big system out here in the Pacific. That's going to be the system that really starts to bring a significant weather pattern change to British Columbia, Washington State, and Oregon. You betcha. But we have a request for looking over England. So let's see what we can find out for England. Well, I've never been to England, but I kind of like the Beatles. Okay, we're done. Where's all the United States? Let's go up here. Let's go what I have for Pacific, CONUS, full disk, North America. Well, let me do this. Let's go here to aviation weather. Yeah, we'll go to aviationweather.gov, right? There we go. Hang on. Oh, Snoopy, hang on. See, I can get to the world just by a click and a move. There we go. There's England now. Anywhere in particular out here that you in England? England's a big place. Right now, like I said, you do have some areas here. This is Yevilton, 900-foot ceiling, 6 miles in some fog and haze. Looks like winds are out of the west at about 4 knots, unrestricted visibility, but low ceilings at 900 feet. And your temperature about 14 today. Yeah, right now. Southern, please. Now you can see. I'll embiggen this, and you can help me out a little bit. Please help me out. There we go. Now here's the red dot. You want me to go to the left of the red dot? I can zoom in a little bit. Here, let me help us. Let's move in a little bit. Southern England. Well, let's go ahead and look at. We'll look at the Tafts. There we go. So can you tell me? Southern, or you already there? Let me see. I am here. I can go down to here. I don't know. Oh, I don't have a name on. Let me see what I can get on here. Overlay. Let's go with highways. There we go. There's some highways. What view? No, no one view. Configure. No, no, no. We're good. Okay. So near the red dot is great. Okay, we'll move back to the red dot. Right here. That is, boom. Bristol. Will Bristol work for you? At Bristol, what we're looking for, let's see, currently winds from the west, variable 4, unrestricted visibility, some low clouds at 1,000, 2,500 feet. Every once in a while, it'll be broken. So that means pretty much a solid ceiling at 1,000. And then they think there's a chance for some drizzle, broken at 600. And then occasionally some light rain showers at 1,400 feet. There you go. Isle of Wight, the Isle of Wight, Nordlich. Well, we can drive into here. I've got some highways and byways. I wish I had a. Let's look at what data? Tap home, tap data, board info. No, let's do back that out. What I wish I had is a clue. Can I get a clue? No. Let's go. We got plots. Oh, no, negative. Negative Ghost Rider. Negative. There we go. You see, it's a little bit hard. I don't know all the areas I used to know them all by heart. But okay, so we go a little bit over here. The Isle of Wight is the island right at the south central. Okay. Oh, here, right? That's the Atell Island, and the island at the right, south central. Okay. And you said a little north of that. So we'll go right in here. Doodly, 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 doo. And do I have a station? I don't have a station reporting. So I'm going to use this station here. London Heathrow is what I'm going to use. The Beatles sang about the Isle of Wight. Hello, Karen's Carnivore Journey. How are you? Welcome to the House of Scotty P, a.k.a. Carnivore Scott. And there we go. EGLL, Echo Golf, Lima, London Heathrow International. Their forecast is calling for, again, westerly winds, pretty light. Northwest is 7, unrestricted, some low clouds at 3,500 feet. You know, your normal fluffy clouds, no big deal, with occasional 6,000 foot broken at 900. So, like I said, some in and some out. Yep. Oh, when I'm 60, will you still love me when I'm 64? Okay, something like that, right? Okay. We'll try not to do that again. And let's see what they're doing. Oh, nothing more there. What I really wanted to do was see if I could find a matter of fact, let's go and do by the way, I can look at these plots if you ever want to know more weather stuff. When you look at this right here, this gives you visibility, your weather, your ceiling, your identification, wind direction, and speed. Anyway, stuff that's stuck in Scotty's head. That could be like a whole well, we didn't want to do that. That could be a whole series of things. Stuff stuck in Scotty's head. I've never knew that at Karen Carver's Journey. I'll tell you. All right, perfect. Yeah. Well, I've never been to England, but I kind of like the Beatles. And so we can look at all sorts of different things. You can see that they have some mountain wave turbulence over here. And otherwise, Italy has a lot of thunderstorms and turbulence. Hate to be flying there. All these little things here are automatic reports by aircraft. And it's the same one. He reported here and here and here and here and here and here and here. So it's over a period of time. Sorry, yeah, I know, huh? I know. That's why I do the weather. I appreciate you for playing along, though. I was in the joyful noise choir at church. That's that. Here in the good old United States, down in Louisiana, we have convective activity, like we said, more convective activity, turbulence, and many turbulence out here in Texas and Louisiana, and convection over the Carolinas up into Virginia. If we go out toward Tejas, lots of convection with all the heating, and convection over Arizona. There we go, with a little bit of icing. What do we have here for icing? We had a pilot report, a big old Airbus 321, flight level 21,000 feet. Had some light icing, light rime icing. Temperature was 10 degrees Celsius there. And so they're saying that, flight level 12,000, they got a little bit of icing between 21 to 23,000 feet. And we go all over. In the wintertime, it's a lot more fun. Oh, that's Three Dog Night. Okay, so okay. I mean, hey, I never claimed to be a aficionado of music. I just love to listen to it, and obviously, I love to butcher music, and that's why I don't play the guitar on here, because I sing better than I play. Anyway, that's all I have for that. Anyway, anywhere around the world, we can spin the little blue ball and look at the weather anywhere. We can talk about carnivore. Speaking of doing things crazy, like talking about carnivore, right? No storm now, but earlier was a really good downpour. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. Let's go and take this down a wee bit. Booda boom, booda bing. There we go. Back to the guy who can't sing. What we'll do here is we're just going to go back to WATH.gov. We'll go back to a big blue marble picture, and we'll leave that in the background as we discuss some things that happened today. Matter of fact, we'll go looking down at Florida. What can I get down here? Right in there. We'll go there, and we're going to go with Geo Flash, Color Lightning, Animation Loop. And we're going to bring back the thunderstorms. You can relive them. I'll bring in 84. There you go. We'll bring them down. Look, there they were, just pounding away. There you go. It's nighttime, and off they went. Okay. Thank you for the forecast, Scott. I think I'll leave my house with a beach mat in one hand and umbrella in the other. You can never be too prepared. I know. Same in Alaska. I'd love to get Bill Knott on here, because there's a semi-permanent pressure system out off the Aleutian Islands. We conveniently named it the Aleutian Low, and it spits off lots of energy, and it's constantly changing things out there. That's right. It's always like that. When you have large land masses, like an island, like the British Isles, and a large body of water, and that water tends to be a heat sink, unless it's dead of winter, then it's a heat sink. It's still a heat sink no matter what you do. So it moderates the temperature, it moderates the weather that comes over it, and then in Florida, with all the heat and the moisture, and you get a little lifting action, a tall person jumps up, and next thing you know, you have a thunderstorm over your parade. Well, it is sunshine, but nothing near as much sunshine as New Mexico gets, because they get drier air. I mean, monsoon season, they get a little bit. Some comes from the Gulf, maybe they get a little bit, but pretty much that's why it's a high, semi-arid desert down there. I know, boys and girls, it's amazing to say, but it's a desert. It's been a desert a long time. It's going to be a desert a lot longer. Here's your sign. I always loved it when people ask me about things like that. And I was like, well, I mean, what's the weather like there? Well, I don't know. You got any trees? And probably rainy. Yeah, a lot of trees. It's probably really rainy, like Washington State. You don't have any trees? You don't have any grass? You got sand? You mean it's like a desert? Probably doesn't rain much. And I had to go to school to learn that. 3 pieces of baked chicken, handful of pork, and some sour cream, onion dip, grass-fed beef sticks. Woohoo! Love that. I stopped off at Wendy's. We were doing the big drive today. And so this morning, just a little bit, not much. And then I had a hot dog, which, Not great, but it is what it is, right? I had a hot dog, and then we want to go back out of this. All right. I had a hot dog, and then we drove out of there, and I went by Wendy's. Now I went to Wendy's the other day, and I got 3 hamburger patties with no bread, no nothing, right? And it was awesome. And it cost me like $3.50, $4, right? As opposed to $9 for a triple decker plane with nothing on it, right? Well, so today I thought I could do the same thing. Well, that's what you get for thinking, buddy, because I couldn't get it, and I had to pay for a sandwich and the extra meat. Anyway, frustrated me to no end. But good on you for the baked chicken, pork rinds. There you go. Sour cream. There you go. Onion dip. I don't know about the onion dip, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not going to get militant about this. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. What else do we have, Don? Except for about at least 1/2 hour of thunderstorm. Okay, get it. Weather. We're here. There you go. You see them? Look at that. Barreling in. Well, that's going to be a ruinous moment for somebody's party. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh, Mike Shaw's in. No, you didn't miss anything. Well, fortunately for you, you missed me butchering a Beatles referenced in 2 separate ways, and the only way that I could do it, in that it was a Three Dog Night song, and I really should stick to weather and not sing. You missed that, Mike. Go back, catch it sometime. If you really want to know why I don't sing, then you'll know. Yeah, you're never late. So Matthew, you had chicken livers, egg, pork, omelet, and cook for lamb tomorrow. All right, good. All right, Mike, everybody's saying hi here. 6 eggs, 4 bacon. Wow, man. I'm behind. I'm way behind on all that, but it's okay. I had my hot dog, so I got my requisite number of chicken lips and elbows. I ate some butter. I had some coffee. Had 3 large hamburger patties. And I had another hot dog. Yeah, I'm done with the hot dogs today. It's all good. And here we go. Oh, you missed the English weather forecast. Yeah, Mike, you could give that. It's going to be partly cloudy, mostly cloudy with periods of drizzle. Enjoy. Dawn says I had 3 hard-boiled eggs this morning. A can of beef just about 9 p.m. Felt like I could eat. All right, good for you, Dawn. I know you've been fighting that GI issue. I hope that works out for you. Okay, no pun intended. Like I said, this weekend and tomorrow I'll show more of it at the show. But the late night show there with Scotty P, or with Carnivore Scott, excuse me. But went rafting with the grandchildren. It was amazing. Mike just got back from friend's house and gives a bunch of bacon right upside that fire pit for the first pit. Good times. I'm glad to hear that. See, this is the things that we carnivores need to speak about more. Getting out, having fun, enjoying things. Karen's carnivore journey. Burger batters, 70 play. I found that Wendy's has the best. I agree. I had them do me a patty pitch in the middle. Oh, now my wife gave me some bacon off of her. She's the son of Baconator. And man, oh man. I put a little bacon in that. Was really good. Laura Conway says hello to everybody. Hey, Laura. Everybody say hi. Hi, Laura. We're all saying hi. Karen follows up with, you have to make sure that you tell them you only want the patty. Yeah, that's right. Mine told me that they no longer even have a button to ring it up on the second place I went to, Wendy's. Really kind of ticked me off. But I'll find my local Wendy's. But really, actually, I buy my burger for $3.60 a pound for the 80/20. I have no idea why. Why? I would pay anybody. Let's see, if a quarter pounder cost me $3.50, $4, why would I pay someone $16 for a pound when I can get it for $3.60? No, that's what I say. Okay, so they'll get used to eventually. Yeah, that's right, they will, but maybe they won't. That's okay. That's all right. We'll just do what we can. But so I had a great time with the Grands. Lots of driving. You'll probably hear me say it a few times, but it's about a 7-hour drive up to Cincinnati, What's-Kahootsky Place. And that means it's like a 7-hour drive back. That's stopping. Along the way, I I left my phone at one place, at church this morning. We went to church up by my daughter's. Just stopped in a big old church, a huge. Oh yeah, there must be a hurricane watch. There are a couple things going on. You see that big one out there? We'll keep an eye on that bad boy. Um, as it's tracking in, it has a nice high pressure system. It might make a good incursion, but there's a massive system out here off the Pacific Northwest. Got a couple waves here, another one here. It's like that old thing in what is that? The Blue Genie dude, Aladdin's lamp. Now here, and here, we have low pressure systems all over that can maybe kick that out. We'll have to be careful and watch it. So yeah, I had a great time. I did have a lovely time with the family. Got up early, went rafting. It was a 5.5 hour journey, and I was exhausted. The wife and I, we shot the rapids, and we made it. We didn't need help. My shoulders, my arms are killing me. It's going to be, interesting tomorrow, but I made it. We made it. The old man made it. Yes, I did. And then see what else we do. Yeah, lots of that. Out back talking with the kids. Today I got to go to a whole new church. It was a Cornerstone church. I was a little leery at first, but they preached the gospel. They talked about God and Jesus and sin. And I was like, okay, we can go here. We can do this. It wasn't my brand, but the gospel was preached, so I was happy. Yes, sir. Okay. Hey, Landwar. Yeah, I'm streaming. Oh, yeah, late. You still at work. I'm sorry about that, Landwar. So yeah, streaming away, trying to figure out how to do this, inviting people in, just letting like-minded people talk about the proper human diet, making sure we keep each other accountable, make sure that we have an opportunity in the forum to speak up. I do the weather a little bit because that's what I did for 20 years. Anyhow, I'm gonna catch up back. Okay, Mike says he can't type tonight. Let's go. That's all right. Natalie says, yep, great, lovely weekend. Laura says, had homemade prime burger with bacon for dinner. Ooh, that sounds so good. Don't make me hungry. I'm just trying to tell you, don't do it to me, all right? Karen says, there's nothing sour cream and onion with sour cream and a few bits of, oh, okay, cool, 1 cup. There you go. Got to do something. I'd rather that people not be dogmatic about it and stay pragmatic and on it than get all broken. Sometimes people get broken up. They make a mistake, they tumble, they crash, they burn, and they say, oh, the heck with it, I don't want to do it. Well, that's no way to live a life, now is it? Yep, streaming, no worries. Hey, buddy, I like to say at work, Mike has to say, oh, the disturbance in the Caribbean, that's the one. Oh, that's the one. Well, let's see here. Yeah, we got this right here. Got good disturbance there. Let it kick it out and to drag it away. We won't have to worry about it, right, Mike? Right. Dawn is saying, yes, we see morning with them. One guy asked me 4 times if I wanted fries. Hey, tell him, no, I don't want fries. If you want fries, you buy your own fries. I don't want no fries. You can take the stinking fries. Hey, by the way, everybody, and at Lounge thank you. Everybody, you feel free in this stream to self-promote. I have no qualms. Promote. Do it. If you happen to press the like button, that'd be awesome. And if you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate you if you would subscribe. Otherwise, let's carry on. Carry on my wayward son. Hello. I'm sorry I missed your live there, Lanwar. I was just so caught up with being with the family. Good times, the grands. You bet you great times with the grands. Wore them out, but I have a funny story. I do have a funny story. Anybody want a little funny story? By show of hands. Okay, I saw this somewhere else. 8 more minutes for Lawn War. Hang in there, buddy. Fight a good fight. If y'all could put a couple ones in the comments, I'll tell a little funny story. If you put a few ones in there, that'd be awesome. I set that timer, Lawn War. Way to go, Natalie. Gospel's biggest priority. Yes, it is. That's why I put a post up. Well, with my grandson, or with somebody, I don't know who I was with, but I said, God and family. After that, we can figure it out, right? I don't believe that. And I would call and talk to man and try to get some free food. Yeah, I would have, except I was driving through and I didn't have any time to dicker. Ooh, shrimp and brats, dude. Oh, so I did. My son-in-law said he wanted to do the carnivore. He's going to try the carnivore. My son-in-law is a blessed man. Not only is he married to my daughter, therefore he has me in his life. No, he's a blessed man because he's beefy. And he had a chance to be a professional baseball player, but family came first. Anyhow, he's going to do the carnivore. So being a working guy, first 10 years of working or so, and having 3 children, a mortgage, the drill. I took a cooler of meat to him. Here, this is my starter pack. Have some hamburger, have some bratwurst, have some steaks, have some ground pork patties. So I set him up. He's got some meat. That's right. What's the Lord have to say here? Amen. That's right. Here in this, we are unabashedly Christian. We're not going to fight anybody. I heard a great thing today, too, from a sermon I went to. And the sermon went like this. I won't give you all of it. It's talking about in Romans and talking about grace. And what was said. It's amazing how believers will show a lot of grace to non-believers. But once someone becomes a believer, they show them the law. Got me thinking about planks and splinters, Yep, we all have a lot to learn. Okay, so funny story. Thank you. Okay, now that we have the funny story ones, I'll go with the funny stories. Here we go. Wait, so far the weather going to call for showers too. Okay, cool. So here is a one story time. Okay, here's the story. So my grandson comes up to me, and my grandson says, Papa, because that's what they call me. They call me Papa. They don't call me Tater or Tater Tot. They call me Papa. That was a nod to Ron White. He said, Papa? And I said, yes. Yeah. How do you make rocks? What are the 2 things that make rocks? And I'm thinking to myself, rocks? How to make rocks? Well, I'll tell you how to make rocks. I know all about rocks. I loved playing with rocks. I know the 3 types of rock, that igneous and metamorphic and sedimentary. And he said, what do you need? I said, well, you kind of need at least 3 or 4 things. You got to have a material. You got to have time. You have to have pressure. Rocks. So I go through this whole dissertation on rocks, appropriate in my mind for a 3rd grader. Okay? Rocks. I'm all about it. 3, 8, yeah. Third grade. I'm pretty sure 3rd grade. Well, he looks at me and with his big eyes, and he smiles up at me, and he just adores me. And I say to him, now, let's go find a video that says this is how rocks are made. So I found this neat little cute video. It's all cartoony, and it had a little rock that looked like a mesomorphic and looked like one that was sedimentary, and an igneous one. And it went through this whole little thing, and this is how rocks are made. And then he runs off. Boop, 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 boop. Today we're driving home, and I'm told, or it's shared with me, that my grandson ran out to the porch where all the other adults were and says, I asked Papa how to make rocks. He told me a lot of things. He showed me a lot of things, a couple of things, and I don't think I really understood it. I'm thinking to I'm hearing this now from my bride as I'm driving down the road. And she says, yeah, he wanted to know how to make rocks in his game. Not real rocks. But he left out a critical part. Because we used to game together. We did Twitch, and so we'd game. So he came to me, how do I make rocks? I don't know. I thought he really wanted to know how to make rocks. I told him. What are you going to do? Next time, though, I'm going to ask him some more questions. And I'm going to say to him, what's the environment of this question? Give me some background so I don't spend 30 minutes of my life. Anyway, what's funny? And my grandson has his own YouTube channel. So he interviewed me for like 18 minutes and I gave him some YouTube advice. I'll be looking for his final product because he'll cut it up and he uses CapCut. I've not used it. I know what it is. He uses CapCut and he puts out a bunch of videos he thinks is funny. Sometimes they're erratic, but he's 8 years old. What's an 8-year-old maybe going to do? But I gave him some good, solid advice, at least from the guy who tried to tell him how to make rocks. Silly me. Okay, let's catch up. Kids ask the sweetest things. Yes, they do. What game? I don't know. He never came to me. I think he was afraid. I think that if I ask him about the game, he'll talk to me how to write code. Yeah, it was a good effort. I tried. I gave him the right answers. I'm a weatherman. I started my education trip wanting to be a paleontologist, and I went from a paleontologist dream to being an astrophysicist. And when I went to college, that's another story for another time. I found out, because I was doing the whole college and high school same time, I found out I could tell the high school I'm going to the college, and I could tell the college I have to do something to the high school. What I really did is I went and played basketball, and Pashaw, that's cool, Mike. That's very cool. Yeah, I played them off of each other, much to my detriment, and I found out a couple semesters later, not even a semester later, not only did my studies suffer from not showing up to class, it turns out I wasn't really good in basketball. I wasn't really good at drinking beer or chasing women. So I failed out on all things completely. But that was a plan. It was a divine detour that eventually led me to going in the military and doing all my military stuff, being saved, meeting my wife, being saved, having my children, getting all my education, and being right here tonight with you. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely amazing how all that works out. Okay, my ex came over there and it stuck. Your ex, yeah. Sorry about that, brother. Paw Shaw. Yeah, mine's a Papaw. They call me anything they want, but late for dinner. You know what I mean? I think you do. So talk to me, people. So I'm going to start off with a non-scale victory for myself. And the non-scale victory for myself continues to be that I was able to actually go rafting and enjoy 5 hours plus of on the water, guiding a raft, paddling a raft, working with my wife, and we paddled down the stream and we had a great time. And I had to carry coolers and kids and push rafts and lift rafts and dig, so we wouldn't get to high hitting trees and banks. It's a good time. Got lots of pictures. So yeah. So the thing is, my non-scale victory. Oh, and I didn't get burnt except for one place. Don't worry, I'll keep my clothes on. But I got burnt right here, right down here. You can see a little bit. But I got burnt because I put my phone in my pocket. My phone was weighing my shirt down, and I ended up getting a little burn there. That's the only place I burned after all that time. Now, yes, I put some sunscreen on. I'm not an idiot. 5 hours in the full sun. No, I know I'm a carnivore, but I'm not Superman. I'm just close to it. Yep. Okay, Laura says, I'm going to put the quick big Laura comment. When I was a teen, I walked by our house with a friend, asked my father what time it was as he was doing yard stuff, and we treated time as a relative to Yes. I get it, Laura. I get it. I'd have the same thing with my father. I remember the first time I came home, I told my dad, I know what an electronic circuit is. Yay, me. My dad's this huge electrical engineer, ham radio operator. I eventually became an amateur radio operator too, got my license and all that. But, and my dad spent hours. My eyes were rolled up in the back of my head, glazed. He was so happy to finally have someone to talk to about electronics. And my mom eventually rescued me. Yeah. We always took our 4 on hikes in the. Oh, that's cool, Dawn. Very cool. Relativity. Yep. Hey, hey, it's Woodster. Hey, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Good to be seen by you. We're good. We're just relaying some non-scale victories. I went rafting this weekend. More about that tomorrow. But we're just sharing what we ate today, how we handled the differences of life in our different areas, whether we're in Florida, San Diego, whether we're in Iowa, and just talking about some non-scale victories. How about for you there, Woodster? You're doing great, by the way. That's a great weight loss, and that sprinting must really be putting a demand on the old fat stores because that's some impressive weight loss. Good on you, brother. Hey, how you two doing, by the way? I take it by this time they are well asleep. Ow. I got this heat keeper, and it's doing a real good job of heat keeping. And I'm not drinking coffee. I'm drinking hot water with butter. Yeah, that's it. Hot water with butter. That's the ticket for me tonight. Because after being in the car and all that cold air for all them hours, I was thirsty, but I didn't want to drink coffee. Yeah. Kids are in bed. There you go. Then the sprints have been doing well. Good. I got a question for you. Do you do most of your stretching after your sprints? I mean, I've heard a lot of different ways that people approach sprinting and or any of that type of running. And a lot of people say they kind of do a loose little shake and shake. There's a little shake and bake and roll around. And like you said, I've watched you do your sprints. You set out about 60 yards. You ramp up, and then that last 40 yards, you gut it out. I need an arrestor net or something. I don't know, but you do a good job, everybody. Well, I've been good. Natalie says I'm going to have to drop out. Okay, you take care, Natalie. Thanks for dropping by. Everybody say good night to Natalie. Good night. Trying to help, try to cover. I'm trying to lift you all up and say goodbye. You take care of yourself, Natalie. We'll see you around the neighborhood. We'll be back on tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll get on 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. I just don't want to step on anybody else's streaming, okay? By all means. What's tonight? Mike says, I got to play the Cajun in church. Oh, cool. All right, good on you, man. Mike got a great Cajun. There you go. I don't know what a Cajun is. What's a Cajun? I know what a cage match is. I know what other cagey thing. I know what Cajun is. You mean you took a little person from New Orleans and you played him? Okay. That's all I have there. Thank you very much. So, I went to a different church service today. I think I would mention it to some people who got here a little earlier. I went to a church called Cornerstone, and big church. One of those churches where they beam the pastor in. But there are people praising. There are people praying. They spoke the gospel. I was like, I can do this for one day. It's not my church. I can do this. And it was really good. And I learned something. I learned a couple things they talked about in Romans, but the thing that I learned the most was how as Christians we are very willing to show a lot of grace to non-believers. And then once they become a believer, we tend to go law. Interesting. Glad to hear some of your rafting guys. I did. I got in walking around left, and then we said a high knee, butt kick, then sprints, then another lap run. There you go. Sounds like just what the doctor ordered. I'm going to get there. I really feel, even though I didn't get the best of all the carnivore, I mean, I was carnivore the weekend, but I really think this next week, if I really knuckle down and get some exercise and stay more with the lionish diet, not the full carnivore, I may be at the end of the month under 280 pounds, which will be absolutely phenomenal for me, and maybe even a little better. I like it. I like it a lot. It's working for me. All right. There you go. Oh, that's right. Mike was a sprinter, and he liked the 4x100. If I remember, Mike. Yep. Well, that Dr. Sean P. Omar, he's really starting to influence people. That's right. Oh, you get some Mike. Yep, get some print, Don. I'm gonna go. I have to go too. Oh, okay. Gotta go. Gotta do. Got an appointment tomorrow. All right. You take care. God bless. Uh, be praying for tomorrow that whatever appointment your daughter is having, that things are going to work out well for them. And we'll look around. We'll see you around on the same bat channel at the same bat time tomorrow, later in the week. You take care of yourself now. All right. Laura says after stretches, then karate. For now, we had to do kicks and length the back of the studio until we almost dropped you out. I know how that is. I used to like to play around in judo. I did a little bit of tang sudo, not taekwondo, but tang sudo with the kids. But I like judo and rolling on the mats for hours. No bueno. That's a long time ago. Karen's out. Got to dip out. All right. We'll see you around. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit the press the like if you want to share. Appreciate you being here. You're never a good sprinter. You threw shot put and discus, of course. Well, hey, we all got to do something. I put out the hurdlers. The hurdles. Yeah, that was my track experience. Putting out hurdles. Yeah, that's it. No track for me. When you run, like you can, use a sundial to time them. Yeah, no, not me. Oh, just got to work up to it. Yeah. Everybody going, of course. And yep. That's lots of good nights going on. But I really want to hit it. So what are some goals? Anybody have any goals for this week coming up? Like my goal, of course, is to maintain my carnivore status. And if possible, a lion status. I'd really like to do a lion status to finish out the month strong. I'm only going to weigh myself either the first day of a month or the last day of the month. So I'll weigh myself at the last day of this month, and then I won't weigh myself again until the end of September because I don't like the little. Now I've got some measurements. I'll do some measurements. We've got a full 4 weeks in, but we'll have the first full month in the coming week. And I'll do some more measurements, but I got to be honest with you. Even the missus is saying she's noticing differences and changes, and they're positive, except she has seen one negative thing. Yep. This week's goal, ribeye. Hey, Mike, you got to do that one. I don't know if you saw it, Woodster, but Mike was thinking about getting a show up and might call it, and I don't know what he will or not, but call it Red Pill Carnivore. Red Pill Carnivore. That'd be a great channel name. Goals for the week for Woodster are stay on carnivore. Yep. I think the heavy cream is a no-go. Yep. I wanted to get some heavy cream this weekend when I was off. We were very fortunate. We're blessed that my son-in-law's parents live where we went to go visit, and they have a beautiful condo with a downstairs, a full bedroom and everything and all that, and ensuite and whatnot. And we were able to crash there and not have to get a hotel room. And I wanted to drink coffee and I wanted to get a whole bunch of heavy cream because I knew I'd be out of the house a lot and I wouldn't get to eat as many calories as I'd like to eat. But I didn't. And I think the heavy cream works against me. I love it though. I do. Oh, chuck for them all. Okay, there you go. Shrimp, bacon, chuck, shrimp, bacon. That's the good stuff. You're not going to use the name? Going to stay with Mike Shaw? Okay, you do that, Mike. Thinking of doing my yo-yo diet story for my first carnivore video. All right, that'd be a great one. I think a lot of people would relate to that. We've all been there, right? And do you have a yo-yo? It'd be kind of cool if you did a snippet intro with you flipping the yo-yo, walk the dog, the little cat's cradle, something like that, and then speak under it. Have you felt like this? It's just up and down and up. Oh, you can do it. You know how to do it. A good place to start beginning. Yeah, beginnings are normally a good place, but many successful movies have been made at the middle or starting at the end. Look at some of these guys who are getting on the gals, having lost 125, 225. You look at Sean over there, and people who intentional carnivore, 240 pounds, and then they put up something. It's like, who doesn't want to see a winner, right? Chicken dinner is fine, but I want to see the winner. All right, sticking to meat and eggs and butter for Laura. All right, it's good. Susan says, stop eating cheese 6 days ago. Amen. Praise on that. cheese is kind of like a fermented food, and you got if you. I wonder if we ate cheese that was made with rennet and not the other enzyme, but actual rennet. I don't know how that would work, but that's great on you. That's right. Everybody's cheering in. Good on you, Susan. I mean, good job. Now, oh, you love cheese. Well, I know, good cheese. Good cheese is a hard find, right? A hard cheese is a good find, but a little cheese, I reckon, isn't all that bad. But I think we need to get metabolically healthy first before we start throwing in foods that were an accidental discovery. Cheese was an accidental discovery. Cheese doesn't grow on trees or come out of cows or goats. So someone stored cheese too long in a goat tummy and it came out curdled. Like, oh, that's pretty good. Compared to what? Ew. Anyhow, yep. I like cheese. I haven't bought any. Not sure if it bothers me. Right. I mean, maybe after spending a long time off of it, you're healed from it. However, you have to work up to it. You can't go into it full bore. That's what they say about people who go from, let's say, a long time being in ketosis, being on a ketogenic diet. They go from a ketogenic diet to a carnivore diet, and then they introduce carbs back into their life, and they end up being insulin resistant because the body's just going, oh, I don't know what to do with all this. And your poor little, what is that? Your beta islet cells are trying to pump out insulin, and your body's not responding. You can't, we can go whole hog, cold turkey into a way of life, and we pay for it for a week or two, right? But when we're going to return, it's got to be ramped up carefully. Yeah. So what do we got for here? We got, I love cheese. I just like cheese. I think it might be, see, Susan says, I think it might be a stall for me. So we shall see. Hey, N of one. That's what we're all doing. Yep. Woodster agrees. Hit maintain my goal if I try adding. And I really think that well, how about you guys? Tell me, how long do you think you should be at your healthy goal before you start introducing things? I don't know that there's a steadfast. Thing. Matthew, trying to cut back on coffee? Yeah, not so successful. I get that. I get it, Matthew. Same here. Avocado now and then, maybe. Yeah. My wife, when we go eat Mexican, I get the meat, and she'll get like a tray that comes with guacamole, and she doesn't like guac. And I'll eat a little bit of the guac. I have a little sour cream, but not this week. This week we're going to try to really be dedicated to a lion situation. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Kip and barbecue cast iron. Yes, hello there, Carnivore Kip. Welcome back to the late night show here with your host, Carnivore Scott, aka Scotty P. Call me anything you want, but late for dinner. Kip, I've been watching some of your videos. It's all right, butter. You gotta do you. No big deal, right? Be true to you. Anyway, up for it. Prayer for me. I have to go to empty my pants. Oh yeah. Fix it and sell it. Need direction, wisdom, strength, and favor. Well, Laura, I understand. I have that looming. I just had to do it for my in-laws and my brother-in-law, and I have to do that with my father. And mine is going to involve roll-off equipment and really some hard choices. So yeah, definitely put you up for some prayer on that, Laura. Definitely. Coffee and sweeteners next, but dropping cheese does the trick. There you go. I think, yeah, you can probably get there. So let's go. Mike says, Laura, okay, so now we are going to go Carnivore Kips. I hope everyone's doing all right. We're doing all right. We were doing some weather stuff down here earlier. I was, let's go to here. We were presenting some weather because that's what I do on the side because it's fun for me. Let's see what we get. Here we go. Nope, we're going to go present. We'll go share screen, go here, and share. There you go. If you didn't know, by the way, there, Kip, Mike Shaw TV was a professional weather guy and newscaster for a long time. And I'm sure that the prayers will be appreciated for Laura and what she has to do. We'll all do it, Susan, everybody. We're all going to be praying for you there, Laura. And please know that you can always reach out. You have emails, you have our direct contacts. I'm sure you can reach out to us, even if you just want to, even if you just want to say, hey, I need someone to lean on to vent, because venting is very important. Oh, you're feeling effects of falling off. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Kip. And you've been at this for 6+ months, right? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're gonna take this as a lesson. You're gonna pin it up on your bulletin board of life. You're gonna say, you know what? I went and did the things I wanted to do. I thought they loved me, but they don't love me. And then you'll go back and you'll start doing your things. And your body, you might be confusing your body a little bit. And your body says, oh, we're back to this. And maybe any plateaus or anything going on, you'll be fine. Matt says sweeteners can stall weight loss. Yeah. So a lot of these fake sweeteners that come in the package, they have dextrose in them. You got to be real careful. So they'll spike your blood sugar right like that. Keep you hooked on it. Get back on the horse, keep moving. Yeah, and you cannot do that. No, we're just, we're in church today, and we're talking about grace, and we're talking about how the Apostle Paul was telling people, you really do. We need to not keep going back and regrets. I mean, just like that old Snickers commercial, the no regrets here. No regrets. There's no judgment here. Just go back to what you know works. As our good friend from Homesick Buckeye would say, put down the biscuit and pick up the brisket. Say no to the honey and jam and say yes to the ham and lamb. You can do it. You got that, right? Don't go to the Sugar Shack. The Sugar Shack is not right. So you got this, and you know it all, and I'm sure you can, retune and reconfigure, and you're going to have to let that work out of your body. What it's going to take 72 hours maybe to flush some of it, get the pipes to work a different way, to get your pancreas to say, okay, I'll turn off the insulin. Eat a bunch of brisket. Well, it makes me feel better when you eat a bunch of brisket. You was off 8 months. I'm feeling, I know, yep, too good to quit. I did a video the other day that would not upload. I think I put a word in the title that YouTube didn't like, not a curse word, but I said a carnivore versus YouTube. So what I was trying to convey was that I love doing this YouTube. I absolutely love being a place where y'all can come in late at night and we can bounce ideas and thoughts and pray for each other and lift each other up. But I can't let this dominate my life. So this weekend I was chomping at the bit. I watched videos and I did some likes and comments. I did a post or two, But I stayed away, and when I got home, I wanted to come here, but I had to do my daily reading because yesterday I had to do a synopsis of it. Today I was driving, so I did this late, got it up, and now I'm on here. But I can't let my desire for a YouTube to be successful outpace my family or my health. And I know you all know that. It was nice to see that my subscribing has gone up. I'm up to around 240. We're going to try to see if we can get, and see if in September, by the end of September, if I can be anywhere near 500 subscribers. That's a goal. Yeah, what's still lost 40 pounds 4 years ago, read by a day, gained it all back. We know what to do. It's just like Paul. Remember, Paul was writing in his letters. He said, I know what to do, but I do it not, right? Matthew, you'll win some, lose some every time you beat it. That's right. That's a great point. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. You got this. And you're a daddy now. You know all about that. You're going to set a great example for your daughter. You set a great example for your wife, for so many other carnivores. And, if we go through life being perfect, I think people stop wanting to be around us because none of the rest of us are perfect. We fail. We fall down. If we're humble in our defeat and humble in our success, I think people will reward us for our authenticity. What do you think? They all had some form of sugar. That's right, Laura. Mike Shaw says, awesome. So that's the good stuff. That's my word too. Chocolate, element tea, and my coffee, but no cravings. Yeah, I still make my own. I still make my own electrolytes. I'm not spending money to make for something I can make for pennies for a gallon. Yeah, day one is back. Yeah, started journey. Yep, what they say, the longest journey starts with one step, like rappelling. All right, Mike Shaw says about 2 weeks in, going well so far. And Mike did say in our top 10 list, one of the top 10 things about going carnivore is you're not passing gas like you used to. Just saying that was a Mike thing. That's a Mikeyism. That's right. Moving to Iowa is tough. Yeah, I know it is. They got great pork there, though. Everybody inviting you over for dinner. Yep. Wait. You know what I was thinking? And I think a little bit too much. I think we make a big deal out of this whole carnivore thing. I think I've heard other people say the same, but I think what we need to do, we just need to tell people, hey, look, I've been really having some problems. I got some gastro issues, and I'm just doing the elimination type of diet to find out what it is. Oh, they will tell you, well, my Aunt Bessie, she had a real problem when she ate rutabagas, and it was really bad. Oh, it was so bad. But she stopped that rutabaga. Took her 2 years to figure out it was a rutabaga. We told her it was a rutabaga. She didn't want to hear it because she loved that rutabaga with butter and pepper. Yes, she did. But she finally stopped it. We all could come back in the house again. That was pretty tough in them winter times. You know what I mean? Kind of liven it up, put it in their court by saying, look, I don't feel so good. This is something, my doctor told me to do it. Because Dr. Barry's all our doctors, right? And just say, hey, I'm doing an elimination diet. Don't volunteer to people who don't understand something they don't understand. And then we're going to wonder why they bite at us because they're ignorant. Ignorance is curable. You lose that 100 pounds, you lose that 80 pounds, you lose that 250 pounds. And trust me, they'll be like, now tell me about this elimination diet. What all did you have to eliminate? And then you'll tell them, and they go, I ain't doing that. They'll go home and go, gosh, that kip looks good. That Mike Shaw looks really good. Laura looks good. Everybody looks good. I'm still looking like a sack of potatoes. Elimination diet. You eliminate the things that make you ill. And you landed on, I can eat this and it doesn't make me ill. They don't need to know everything. We share way too much with people who have no impact on our life. What does your coworker have to say? Hoosier was talking about being on a business trip and he took meat and he put butter in between. He was eating the roast beef with butter. What does it matter to them? Just tell them a story. Tell them what they want to hear. I don't feel good. I got put on this by my dietitian, my doctor. They'll leave you alone. Bunch of morons. Yeah. So, okay, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta get back to the comments. I'm sorry I got caught off. Okay, let's look. Matt Bloom, lemon. Good day one. Let me get back here, Scott. Okay, wait a minute. What is it, Scott? You should make a video making I do it. Simple, easy peasy. Lots of new amazing finds. That's good. Serious Woodster. Okay, I'll do it. You told me to do it. I'll do it. Laura, I bought some 0-calorie peach electrolyte, and then I heard not to use for any flavor. I have magnesium tabs, salt, and potassium liquid and from mom. Oh, I get you. Yeah, I get you, Laura. Well, it's real easy. You can make it at home. Element unflavored one to help my occasional cramps. Yeah, I know. I still get some cramp, but I know how to do it. I know how to make this stuff. If you get any of your unflavored, make sure you get unflavored, unscented. Now you're going to make me have to think, and my poor brain just says, so first you go to the store, you buy the fake salt. The fake salt, I think they call it no salt. Actually, I did make a little video on this a long time ago, but I'll make one titled, and I'll make it short, sweet. Well, it won't be sweet. I'll make it short and to the point. There you go. So no salt is pure potassium chloride. So there's your potassium. And then you could add some sea salt or salt of your choice. I like iodized salt because I think we need more iodine. So I just put it in my hand. I got a hand. I put a little pinch in there. It's a couple grams. Just a couple grams. I take it. I throw that in there. So the no salt, the regular salt. Now what are you going to use for your magnesium? Now I do have powdered magnesium. I have a magnesium carbonate. and the magnesium carbonate is really nifty because it gives a little fizz to the water. Is that horrible for me? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that till I lose 100 pounds or 80 pounds. But if you don't have that, you can use the stuff you soak your feet in to make them feel better. Epsom salt. Epsom salt is a pure form of magnesium. I wouldn't use a lot. I just use a pinch. Again, a pinch. You put a pinch of this, a pinch of that, a pinch of this. You stir it all together, shake it all together, and you have your 3 basic electrolytes right there. You can buy a bag of Epsom salts, unflavored, unscented, all that. Don't get the lavender flavored or scented. I mean, that's horrible. Why would you do that? Just get regular Epsom salt. That's your magnesium. No salt. That's your potassium. And regular salt. That's your salt. And if you happen to have any zinc pills, wash a zinc pill down while you drink it. Bada boom, bada bing. You're good as gold. It's easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't have to pay nobody for nothing. And if you want to, you could squeeze a lemon in it. Give you something different to taste. But you do too much of that magnesium from the Epsom salt, and you'll be running like the Christmas goose. You'll be using a squeegee after that. I'm just telling you, I don't want to be gross, but that's the truth. Flavored this. Okay, what's Kim saying? I still haven't really like. I need to try them. Yeah, you can try electrolytes. But I'm telling you, you're going to spend a lot of money on something you can do yourself. Now, I have looked at the keto chow drops that Dr. Berry's advocating at this moment. And the only reason is it might be nice to have something that's properly formulated, percentages-wise, too. It's properly formulated so I can add a quick couple of drops. But outside of that, I'm going to make my own until at least I get monetized. And then when I get monetized, I could put up a shopping cart. Someone could buy me elements, unflavored elements, but not yet. Got to get over 500. Got to make sure this sticks. All right. Susan says, I taking capsule and tablet form, making like, the glycinate and potassium. I need a pink salt. Yeah. But remember now, Susan, are you getting your iodine? Got to get that iodine, particularly as a woman. That old thyroid, it's not going to like it if you don't do it. Carbonated fat. Okay, Laura, thank you. Good. I thought he did. Zinc and D3 too. D3 is good, but I just get in the sun. But if you can't get in the sun, take the D3. And you've read about how that D3, the whole thing with vitamin D, and people who are blessed with adiposity. If you are blessed with adiposity, as it's a fat-soluble a vitamin, or actually a hormone, since it's fat-soluble hormone, those of us who are gifted with adiposity and all that, we don't get to make it very well from the subcutaneous fat we have, which is the normal way to get it. We tend to absorb it and not let it get out. So we have to supplement with supplements. But that glycinated magnesium, that's the good stuff right there. Okay, Dr. Schaefer said, like Anita, he says cramps have come from dehydration. Maybe he's right. Well, I got a question for you. Anybody out there in this esteemed audience? Can someone please show me the organ that stores water? Pure water. Where's water? Where do they store it? I know you don't store it in your teeth. Pretty sure you don't store it in your eyeballs. You don't store it in your whiskers. Do you store it in your skin? Do you store water in your bones? Do you store water in your blood? Or is it better to maybe think that water is a component mixed in with everything? And that water, like we know when we store carbohydrates, it's like 3 molecules of water to 1 of glucose, right? And that when we stop living off of so much and eating so much exogenous type of sugar, that we shed a lot of water because fat is hydrophobic and protein doesn't use a whole bunch. So we shed 1/3 of our water that was tied up in the storage of glucose and glycogen. Nice muscle volumization, high carb diet, lots of water, locked in. So I don't know where the water reservoir is. I just was wondering. Okay. All right, potassium and iodine together in one tab. There you go. Got it. Okay, what are doctors saying here? Doctors will prescribe magnesium to alleviate constipation. Yeah, so I've done many a cleanse that had Epsom salt and lemon juice, and that'll clean you out, buddy. I'll tell you, you gotta be careful. Milk of magnesia. Anytime you have a lot of magnesium, your body automatically says, I can't have too much, and flush your roski. And it's intense. So you don't want to do that. All right. So not being a camel, I couldn't say. I know. And camels, actually, that hump is all fat. And when you metabolize fat, it releases the water. That's how a camel gets its water. Not really. It's internal. Kind of like autophagy is for us. Water for camel if it's hump of fat. Mike Shaw says, I store mine in my bladder until I go. Yeah. That's urea, buddy. And you got to reuptake urea cycle too. So you got to be careful there, bud. But I get what you're saying. I ain't drinking it anyway. Even though when I went to some survival schools, we were told ways to do that. But I just decided not to get in a situation where I need survival techniques. You know what I mean? I think you do. Looking at that little tropical storm barreling across. I wonder what that tropical storm name is. Any of you got the name? Bueller? Anybody? No? Let's go back. Back to the USSR. Hello, Bueller. There we go. I want to go to. Let's go to. We want to go to severe weather, space weather. No one cares about space weather. Forecast model, storm spotty, weather safety news, forecasts, maps, warnings, state warnings, hurricanes. There we are. They move this stuff around on me. I don't like them. All right, so let's go and big in that so you all can see it while we're doing a little bit of fun here. I try not to be crash planes in Alaska. So yeah, I get you. You don't want to. All right, so here we go. It looks like that is Tropical Storm of Franklin. Let's see if we can embiggen this. Pardon me while I embiggen this a little bit. There we go, embiggened it. We have Idalia right down here off the coast of Belize here, looking like it wants to go here, and nearly stationary. Meanwhile, Hurricane Franklin. Detail as of 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Sunday, August 27th. Advisory number 30. Maximum sustained winds of 90 knots or 105 miles per hour. Our minimum central pressure was 962 millibars. And moving north-northwest to 7 knots at 8 miles per hour. So it's moving pretty fast. This is the track. See, it's going to come up here. That wave's going to come up over here and drag it out. So it's really going to impact shipping lanes across the Atlantic Ocean. There you go. No big deal. Everybody go back down. Relax. Franklin's not doing anything. All right. Here we go. Well, they had Hillary. Maybe be named Obama. No. Can I buy any? You know. Mike Shaw, laws. We got Sea Lion. Oh, wait. That's all right. Yeah. Hey, Kip. That's cool. Hey, Kip, do you got your camera and everything going? If I give you a link, you want to come up and talk about your sea lion diet there, buddy? If you got your camera, or you laying in bed? Are you talking to me from bed again? You got a notorious habit of doing that. The world's most divisive hurricane. Yes, Franklin. We got Matthew laughing. Everybody's laughing. Dahlia headed for Florida. Dahlia is kind of hanging out. I think Dahlia's going to get sucked up and maybe come across Cuba. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But so for those who didn't and haven't talked with Kip, Kip brought up about a week ago. I would say about a week and a half ago, with the guys he was doing a 4-panel with. You remember a part of the 4-panel. Kip decided to go his lion diet, but also add seafood because he loves his seafood. And so then it was coined a phrase, the sea lion diet, where that way he could have his scrimps and crawdads. I don't know if crawdads is seafood, but it's a bug food. But his scrimps and other food. Now, the other day I had some fish. What did we have? We had cod, which is a great which is a great food to have for iodine. The Idalia forecast is, oh, wow. We'll bring it back. Thank you. Thank you, Bueller. Here we go. There's the forecast. Well, look like it's mainly going to be an impact over here. Well, in Big and that. Looks like it's going to northern part of Florida. And you can see right there the track right over here. So just Tampa Bay. Sorry, Tampa, two-step Tampa. Yeah, hurricane force winds are expected across all portions of western Cuba by Monday. Heavy rainfall expected across portions of eastern Yucatan, western Cuba, and may produce areas of flash and urban flooding in western Cuba. But right here, a daily forecast for a hurricane. Oh, it's going to go with the whole hurricane. Oh, boy. Life-threatening storm surge and hurricane force winds along portions of the west coast of Florida and the Florida Panhandle beginning early as Tuesday. Storm surge and hurricane watches are in effect for portions of the west coast of Florida and the coast of Florida Panhandle. And residents in these areas should monitor updates to the forecast and follow any advice given by local officials. What we see here is all of you people who bought electric vehicles, i.e. battery-powered cars. You should start leaving now. Make sure you plan your route because you're not going to make it all the way up to Bama or anywhere else in a hurry. I feel sorry for you. We'll keep up with this tropical storm Idalia throughout the week. So there we are. Boom. Done. Got it. All right. Shrimp saute with butter, blackened and seasoned. No, I just like to have shrimps. Oh, Susan says I lived the Gulf Coast for the first 43 years of my life. And when I was married every summer, I kept our important papers and picked up in a big storage tub in a Suburban, dude. Yep, that's right. That's very smart. You know, to have a place maybe even up coast or somewhere inland. Yeah, you know, I always try to tell people, like, I got a couple extra rooms here, so when things go crazy, we can house some people, not all people, but we can house some people. But, you know, you're going to do what you're going to do. You got to get up here. And if you got an EV, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not trying to be political here. I mean, I'm already religious. You know, what do I get? 3 strikes? But, yeah. So, Citrus County, Florida, 75 miles north of the Tay. Yeah, I tell you what. That's just the way it is when you live in the panhandle there of Florida. They've been going around for a long time. I feel bad for folks down there, you know, when they get this happen to them. But it's not a surprise. It's not something to just, you know, hey, willy-nilly. But it is painful, and I do have compassion and empathy for the people who lose so much. Yeah. Religion and politics, my favorite subjects. I know, Mike. But we don't want to scare everybody off. We're trying to get with, you know, I don't want to say that. Because I'll be unabashed about it. But I want to make sure that when we discuss topics, and I'm not saying anybody who hasn't been, but I want people with different thoughts and different value systems to come in here, be able to say their piece and not be feel personally attacked. And while we may never personally attack anyone, I just don't want them to be leave feeling abused or disabused, right? Yeah. Episode 3, all about not giving to fear and lies about climate change. All right, I got you, Mike. That's right. Yeah, Jesus coming soon with the Mike show. There you go. Put it up there, brother. Put it up there. It's amazing to live on the coast, and fresh fish is as expensive as it is inland. I need to go back to go out fishing. Yeah, I'm glad. I though. I don't go out deep yet because I end up chumming. I'm only there to go chumming. Natural chumming right here. Chum bucket. That's me. No bueno. No bueno at all. So we're sitting here with 5 people. What I wanted to do, I'm going to go ahead. See, it is 10:46. I'll stay out here for about another half hour, give or take, plus or minus. But I want to invite people. So we're going to copy the link. Copied. Close. Paste it in here. Control V. And send it. If anybody wants to pick that link up and they want to come on in and give it a go, give it a whirl, by all means, do so. please be completely dressed and in an appropriate situation. Thank you very much. Fresh fish, yeah. But you do have to be kind of concerned with the old fishes because of the mercury and plastics and yep. If you get your own, now you probably know better where to get them. So Mike says, I'm going to be appointed to the Shelby County Jail. Oh, nice. Good for you, Mike. Congratulations. When I moved down here to Bama, they offered me some work, and I did some things and tried to help some people the good old-fashioned way, walking. And someone wanted to rely on their name recognition and not going door to door, so can't help them. You get your fishing license next month. I have my lifetime Bama fishing license. I should have got a saltwater one. As a disabled vet, they do good by me. Hate being disabled, but it is what it is. And they have a fishing license I can get for like $5-10. Fish from the beach. Don't forget boats. I don't do sharks, although I've caught some from the beach. Okay. You know what I want to try? Have any of you ever done kite fishing? Because I love playing with kites. I'm a kite freak. Well, sort of. But I would love to try kite fishing because when you do that, you get that offshore breeze that take your kite way till the kite goes way out as long as you want to let it go. Then you drop a line into the water and it bobs because of the wind. Some people really like it. Yeah, going and need a bigger boat. Yeah, I kite fishing. I would like to try that. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Don't know if I caught a fish, what I'd do with it. Never caught a fish out of the ocean anyway. I can barely catch fish in the frozen food. Yeah. I'm going to need a bigger boat. Was that a reference to what was that shark movie? Dun dun dun. Yeah, Jaws. Well, anyway, so we have a week full of people trying to be carnivores. I trust everybody had a good weekend overall. Did everybody get a chance to do some worshiping today? Bueller. We do like to talk about that here. Like I said, I went to a new church I needed to go to church on Sundays. So it's what I do. And so I went to a new one, the Cornerstone one out of Cincinnati. Great big place in a mall. Piped in the preacher. They had a local praise and worship team. Had to be 1,100 people in the auditorium, easily, maybe more. One of a satellite, so they're probably 4, 5, 10,000 people, probably 10,000, 12,000 people for that one service. They do services all through the week. Big, but it's good. It's all right. Okay, we're back to Mike. My neighbor brought me some crappie he caught at a local lake. Can't wait to catch your own. There you go. Mike Shaw Church was great, as always. Amen. Big church, small church. What do you think? How many people go to your church, Mike? You have an amazing church family. Great. Now, the big church I was at, they were talking about small groups, and that's all the talk in churches is small groups. And I've been a part of small groups since, actually since I got saved in Albuquerque in 1992. So, but here my wife and I, we kind of chair a small group, but we've been doing it for about 9 years now. Hey, there he is. Woodster's on. I'm gonna add Woodster to it. Hey there, Woodster. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Can you hear me?
No audio, buddy.
Nothing.
I don't hear you. Does anybody else? Oh, wait. Hang on. Try it again.
Testing.
Turn up my volume. I had to turn up my volume, buddy.
All right. I wasn't sure. I'm just using my phone here, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work.
Oh, that's cool. So okay, good. We were just talking about church. Okay, there you go. People, the lawyers talking about frozen cod, the sand broke out in the hive. Oof, that's no bueno. Okay, everybody can hear. We're good. So talk to us. Talk to us about what's going on in your world and how you're dealing with all the wonders of being a young father, doing carnivore, sprinting, losing bunches of weight.
Well, Well, not sure where to start, I guess.
At the
I
beginning.
guess, what was that?
At the beginning.
The beginning. Well, if you don't know the story, I started back in October of last year in 2022, and we made it about 2.5 months, pretty solid, and then fell off around the holidays. So been off and on for, I think it's about 8 months now. And now we've been back on for about 3 weeks. Pretty steady on
We.
the.
Who's this
I have.
we?
I have.
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, we've been back. I've been back on for 3 weeks. So it's been going good. And then I've added in the sprints recently, just trying to get a little bit extra out of all of it. So
Cool.
it's been going good. Other than the soreness, wasn't expecting that after the first day or two of sprinting.
So, how
So,
much have you lost?
well, in my last update video, it was 24.4 pounds. And then I had talked about in my video, I was going to add in the pork. Well, more pork. Obviously, bacon is pork, but gonna what are they called? Pork chops.
Mhm.
I have a recipe I like doing with pork chops, so I added that back in, and then I've added some heavy cream back in, and I've noticed my weight started going back up. So I think after, let's see, Friday, Saturday, I think 3 days with heavy cream, I was back up to like 294 point something, and then my lowest was 291. So I said I'm just going to cut it out. I
I
don't know
think
if it was the cream,
it gives a lot of
but
energy in a small package, that cream.
I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out for now. So
Good for you.
we'll see how that goes.
Question for you: when you're filming, when you do your videos for your sprints, you obviously must have a tripod or something you're putting your camera or your phone on, or what are you doing with that? Or you
Well,
putting it in the
I actually just ordered a tripod because I didn't have one. So
Okay.
I was actually using all sorts of different items, boxes. I was using a lot of shipping boxes.
Okay.
So I have, do a lot of reselling and stuff, and I have a lot of USPS boxes. So I throw them together, put some rocks in the bottom, and then I was using that as my tripod for my video, especially the sprinting one. Usually, any of the ones where I'm sitting in my chair, I'm going to use another chair just as a tripod temporarily. So the setup is still growing as time goes on.
Absolutely. I mean, that's for all of us. I mean, I did Twitch for about 6-7 months beforehand, and then I've done other things. So when I worked from home, when I was working for the government, I had to have different things. So now my setup, I've got a little light stand with a little LED, and I bounce some light off a wall, and two
Right.
monitors, and I've got a suite of equipment and stuff. But you kind of glum it together as you go along,
Yeah.
and try not to get in too much debt on a hobby, right?
Yeah. I don't like that. So, yeah, I was thinking about getting an actual webcam, but I found something with my actual camera that I can use and make it into a webcam. It's like one of my cameras for taking photos. So I might
Right.
try that first. I just think the webcam would be a little bit easier just to have it set up and have a spot just for streaming of some sort.
Well, I think a webcam also comes in real handy because if you end up getting like a little laptop or something like that, that you can go out and do things more than you can with your phone. The phone is great, but
Yeah.
audio is unless you like on my I got a new Samsung Galaxy, whatever, and it just has a USB-C port. It
Yeah.
doesn't have I have a little Rode lavalier mic
Uh-huh.
that I could put in a 3.5 millimeter jack. There isn't one anymore.
Yep. You can buy an adapter for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you and I both, I assume but the more connections you have in a circuit, the more loss and line noise there is.
Right.
So, and I saw
Yeah.
you working with your Blue Yeti when you did out
Yep.
in the field. Your video that you did 70 benefits.
Yeah.
Legendary.
I'd like to reshoot that one eventually. I don't think I hit a good audience, but I think I could maybe shoot it in a better way. I'm not sure if maybe just putting more of them up on the screen at a time instead of listing them one by one. I guess I don't know. I thought it would be a little bit more impactful, I guess.
Well, what do you use for editing?
I've been using CapCut on my phone.
Okay, because I have some other software, but there's one I use Power Director 365.
I have an older Power Director on my computer, but
Well, I had the older one and I paid $20 to upgrade it.
oh really? Is it just a
Yeah,
cheaper
yeah.
option?
You don't have to pay the whole cost to upgrade it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have to look into that.
And then you can do a lead in like a Star Wars. You know how I
Oh
had that
yeah,
text coming in? You
I
can
see what you're
use a
saying.
you can use a title transition and just bring them by. I mean, you do what you want to creatively, but that Power
Yeah.
Director, I had the same thing, Power Director 365. I decided to pay the 40 or whatever dollars it was for the 365, and it gave me capability I didn't have before. Now, if I had it to all do over again, I would use Premiere Pro from Adobe.
Mhm.
Because when you use Premiere Pro, and it's the same thing like CapCut and like the rest of them, when you use Premiere Pro, um, when you use the Power Director, when you edit it, the files grow like huge as far
In
as
Premiere
size.
Pro?
Yeah, no, in Power Director.
Oh, okay.
But when you do it in Premiere Pro, that's like if you started out with a 1.2 gigabyte file and you cut it in
Mhm.
half, it'd be 600 megabytes.
I see.
There's no additional code put in there.
Right. Yeah, I'm still kind of getting back into all the editing stuff.
Right. I think, by the way, Kip is down in South Alabama, right, Kip? Yeah, it's in South Alabama. Yep.
I see if I can pull up the chat here.
Yep. Okay. Oh, winter coat ready
Uh,
for the Iowa winter. You're gonna need more than that, Mike. You're gonna need an ice scraper. Mike, you need to go buy the first time you get out there and get some salt. You're gonna get some salt for an ice melt for your sidewalks and your driveway, because you're living in the middle of Iowa. You're gonna get just blasted with cold and ice and snow. I'm down in Bama. I ain't worried about it.
okay, I'm catching up on your comments here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
yeah, no.
what else you got, Scott?
Oh, all I was say is I just know that if I had it to do all over again, or if I get monetized, I'll probably go to get Premiere Pro, because I can do
Mhm.
more with it without file size creeping up. And then I got to get like a 6 gigabyte external storage, because on my other channel I do my daily scripture readings.
Mhm.
I'm running out of room, as I have 2 terabytes on my computer, but those files get big real quick when you speak for 45, 55 minutes in HD 1080p.
Right. You just save them all?
I do so far.
Okay.
I can delete them, but I want to go back later on, because the format I use is I come in, I let people know what I'm doing, then I pray into the reading. I
Mhm.
go straight in the reading, pray out of the reading, do a little talking, and a salutation, and I'm out. So 38 minutes to 55 minutes, I'm there. So it gets to be a pretty good size file. All right, down in Warrior. I love the Warrior area. Um, I'll have to look more into that. That'd be very cool. That'd be very cool. I love baptism, but I also like air conditioning. So it's kind of a 2020 mix. iMovie on your Mac. Yep, there you go. I used when I went to school to learn how to do some editing. I used Mac stuff, but I didn't learn a whole bunch.
Where's Nova? No, come here.
Uh-oh.
Here's the dog.
Oh, that's a beautiful dog.
Come here, sit. There's Nova. You
Oh,
can kind of see her.
oh yeah. Was she about 21 pounds, 22 pounds?
Um, she's she's probably 25
Oh,
pounds or so,
25?
maybe 30.
Solid.
Yeah,
Oh, she loves her
she's pretty
daddy.
cute. Her name's Nova.
Nova. Yeah. I
Yeah.
bet she just loves her daddy. Is she a
Yeah.
daddy dog or is she mama's dog?
Um, I don't know. I think dad now because I'm the one that feeds her in the mornings. Used to be mom,
Oh.
but she might pick me over mom. I don't know.
So tell us why you're still there and all that. I mean, I don't put you on the spot, but how's the missus like the change in your diet and the challenge it puts on the household with the two boys and herself?
I think she's used to it by now, but she I don't know. I mean, I just do my own thing usually. I know
Well,
she's mentioned in the past about it. It can be a pain sometimes because she's got to find her own food and find her own food or the food for the kids as well. And I just kind of do my own thing at my own times. So I mean, it works out, but I understand it would be nice if we could all eat at the same time, eat the same food. But she's tried carnivore once and she kind of got sick in that first day. So I don't know if it was the lack of carbs or if it was the keto flu pretty quick or what, but she has tried going on some lower carb um, meals and stuff like that. But she's the type of person that doesn't need to lose any weight.
yeah, I
So
was gonna say from the visage we had as she went behind you back and forth a couple of
yeah,
times,
yeah,
she she's not a prototypical carnivore candidate, but there's Sophie Eats Steak. Have you seen her channel?
yeah, I have.
Right. So that was someone on the other end of the spectrum, anorexic, and like Michaela Peterson.
Yeah,
After she did the elimination and got her body back under control, she knew she needed to eat more. So
yeah, yeah. It's definitely. I'd say it's the healthier option, but I just kind of let her make her own decisions as of right now. I
I
think she
mean,
definitely is coming on to it though. She sees the benefits. I think she understands how bad sugar and the high carb foods can be.
well, I think this will be excellent for your boys as they grow up.
Yeah.
They're going to have all the nutrients they need. Now, if they want to have the other stuff, that's fine. But I
Hmm.
just got visiting with my grandchildren, right? And unfortunately, my grandchildren do not have good dietary habits. And it's going to bite them in the butt and it's going to be very difficult, but you can't unwicker some things overnight. And
Yeah.
parents set such a strong uh, 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 template for the children. And so mom, dad never eat a variety of things or they only do the same thing. I mean, the drill.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not oblivious to all that, but that example you're making. So I think hats off to you. And like for Carnivore Kip, doing the same thing for his daughter, saying,
Yeah.
I'm not going to show you and let you have a role model that is dysfunctional. I mean, we can do that all on our own through what we do, but our body, our body composition is something we have some control over by what we stuff in our pie hole.
Yeah.
And we don't have to be slaves to it.
Yeah. Something I was thinking about is if we put the two kids, right, they're 3 and 1, if we put them on a full carnivore diet and that's all they knew growing up, how would that affect them when they got older and they were making their own decisions, let's say at school? Let's say we didn't pack a lunch for them and they start eating this other stuff. Would it cause issues because they missed out on? I mean, they're going to know they feel better on a carnivore diet, but I've never seen or watched anyone do this. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect them in the long term.
Well, you're a football guy, so you might remember. There was a young Todd Maranovich. You remember that
Mm,
story?
I'm not familiar with them.
Okay, so Todd Maranovich, his daddy was a NFL lineman. His mama was a cheerleader nutritionist, right?
Hmm.
From the day he was born, he wasn't given Coke, bread, white sugar. He teethed on frozen liver and kidneys, right?
Hmm.
And his daddy coached him from the word go, right? And when
Right.
he got into Pee Wee ball and when he got into high school ball, he was coached by NFL quarterbacks coaches. So he set all the records for football in, I think, the state of California, right? The
Yeah.
guy was phenomenal, 6'3", 6'5", rocket for an arm, right? intelligent, got it down. Okay.
Okay.
Went off the reservation. Dad was too hard on him, gave him too much external discipline. He didn't have the internal. When he got to playing professional football, he got more into drugs, burned out, flamed out, gone out. Right. So I think there's a way to go from an extreme of what Maranovich went through, or Maravich, I can't remember exactly, but if you Googled it, you'd get it, right? And not doing anything, letting the sad diet dominate a child's life. I'm saying things like, I like to eat liver because my dad ate liver. My mom couldn't stand it, but they still cooked it. We still got to eat it. And my mom creamed every vegetable. My dad let us put ketchup on the liver. Eventually, we got tired of the ketchup. We got tired of the creamed vegetables. We just ate vegetables, and we ate liver, and we ate whatever was put in front of us. So I think the thing that a parent now, looking back with 20/20 vision over my 3 children and now 7 grandchildren, is this: expose them and make it. It's not a bad thing, and I still believe it's not a bad thing to eat a vegetable. It's just not optimum. And I think if we get out of bad, good type of analogies and say, put it on a spectrum, this is better. This is a better decision, right? Teaching our children to make decisions and understanding consequences early on in life. Sit there and say, hey, I want to look like daddy. I want to look like mommy. Mommy and daddy eat good food. Is a Twinkie bad food? Okay. It's just on the spectrum. And I think if we get off of polarizing everything, our children will be less schizophrenic because they're going to see it anyway, like you said. And they're going to be confused. And you can say, I just choose not to. It's like my wife grew up with the thing we call, and I'm sorry to go on, but my wife grew up with the thing I call the chip drawer phenomenon.
Like a snack drawer?
Yeah, the snack drawer.
Okay.
And when I went to meet her, the first time I met her, went by the house. They said, hey, you want something? And she showed me the snack drawer. They still have mom and dad in an old farmhouse. I mean, ho-hos, chips, whatever you want. And she said, you can have this anytime you want. I've always could have this. So I grew up, if there was something special in the house, you better get it. You better eat it right away because my 2 older brothers, someone else is going to take it. It was never much in the house. Yep. A law of scarcity. So my wife would make fresh, hot chocolate chip cookies with pecan pieces anytime she decided to. When we were first married, 2 dozen of them I'd go to the store for 20 minutes, come back to 2 dozen sitting on the counter. She'd whip them out every week. She made 6 dozen a week. I wonder where they all went. I would eat them all, and she could eat half of one in a day. She's like, if I want one, I grab one. If I want one, I make one. I'm not worried about getting it, right? Yeah. So with our children, we instituted that, and they had ho-hos and ding-dongs and oatmeal pies and chips. By the time they all got to the 4th grade, going around for Halloween, that candy would stay in their bag for 4 or 5 months. Wow. To this day, they don't eat it because they never felt like they had to gobble it up.
Right.
So I think we do that with all the things. If we do all the things with kids and say, hey, you know what? This is where we're at. We're gonna be fine. Just smorgasbord it. I like almost everything.
That reminds me, when I was growing up, I had one other family in the town I grew up in because it was only 100 people, and it was all girls. And so I'd go over there a lot, but they had one of those snack drawers, and I couldn't. I remember being over there all the time and looking at it. I couldn't believe they had this drawer just full of candy bars and chips and cookies and everything, So I'd always look forward to going over there because they had all that stuff, and we never had that at my house. So I think, the way you're raised and the environment you're in is going to shape your mindset
and shape your hips.
Yeah.
But I do know my daughter's a therapist. That's what she does for a living. And we talked about this law of scarcity in that when the glass is half empty, you got to gobble things, you hoard things. It's really hard. And so if you have growing up in that, and maybe you, in my household, the rod was never spared almost to an abusive thing. So when you grow up in that environment, you tend to eat your comfort and whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you get out in the real world and you can afford, I could afford as many peaches and bottles of Coke as I wanted to drink. But I was young and playing in the military and playing full court basketball and lifting weights all the time. So it never really caught up to me.
Yeah.
But then I got injured a few times. Life got on, and here I am, just jacked up. So with bad habits. So that's the carnivore journey for me. So
all right,
Mike's
Scott,
gone
I
off
think I'm
to
going to
bed.
jump off.
All right, you're going to head off too, and it's about time for me to turn into a pumpkin as well. I appreciate you coming in and sharing some time with me. I tried to
absolutely.
give you word edgewise.
Yeah, I thought I better jump in since no one else was, so figured I'd give it a shot. So
it works, brother.
Alrighty, it was good talking to you.
All right, you take care of yourself. Thank you.
Yep, bye.
Yeah, hit by lightning in 85, nail pine tree, deer antler, bounce, wow, yeah, we'll do that. Lightning. I hate to say anything about it, but my last years in the military, I was a national lightning detection guy, and all that really means is I paid the bill. But I had to learn about lightning about that time. But speaking of lightning hitting twice anywhere in the world, I think we're getting a good signal from everybody that here it is. What is it? About quarter after 11 my time, quarter after 12 for some people. All the different times around the world, but it's time to pull the plug on this, let everybody have their evening back, go out there and have some fun, do some reading, do some research. But I appreciate everybody being here. It's 12:12, time for bed. Yep, have an 8-hour drive tomorrow. Yep, you take care of yourself. I drove my 7 hours today, so I'm done with that. So you all take care. God bless, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow night when we host another after party here at the house of Carnivore Scott. Take care. God bless again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, really? Bye-bye.